12:35 on TSN 690. It is Game Points. We're here to the top of the hour. And on a day like today, where Montreal is mentioned from the lips of... I'll be nice. Bud Selig. One can't help but think of baseball in Montreal and the old post-game show. And this was the song in 03, 04, mostly 03. Where back then Team 990 had a post-game radio host by the name of Gabriel Morency, and you can now catch him on FantasySportsNetwork.com weekdays in the afternoon, I believe at 3 o'clock. SportsRageTV.com, Sports Rage on Twitter, or on the Fight Network at MMA Meltdown. That's the program. It's Gabriel Morency. How you doing?
I'm doing good, Matt. How you doing? It's good to be here. Always a little nostalgic whenever I hear that song, but it's weird now that I know the drummer of Our Lady Peace. And
he's a good guy.
Yeah, he's a cool guy. He's pretty crazy, actually. He's a big sports fan, Jeremy Taggart, but he's got a weird sense of humor. I like Taggart. He's a good guy as well.
All right, well, let's start with the words from Bud Selig about how Montreal is. They were very impressed with what happened this past March and. All that kind of stuff. A huge 180 from a couple of years ago, and he said he couldn't foresee a situation where Montreal would get a team back. Obviously, it may even just be pandering to try and get Tampa and Oakland a little bit of pressure to get their situation under control. Your thoughts on what you heard from him?
Yeah, well, I don't put too much. I don't put too much into it. As you stated. Bud Selig's an idiot, right? And I don't know what the hell he's still doing around. I mean, I thought the guy was supposed to retire a couple of years ago, and he just keeps re-upping, and that baseball makes a ton of money. It's up to an ownership group, really, Matt. It's one thing, you've done a lot of great work and getting the fan base riled up. Now Montreal showed, man, by selling out those two games. Now, 2 games doesn't make a season, doesn't make a franchise, but at some point, somebody's got to step up with some money. It doesn't look like Oakland's going to go anywhere. It doesn't. They've got viable options around there. It's just politically they're having a hard time making it work. But I don't think the A's going to be going anywhere. And, as far as the Rays, I don't know. Jonah Carey keeps on telling us that the Rays, they're not going anywhere. So, it's got to be an expansion team. I think we're still years away, unfortunately, from this happening. But hopefully somebody steps up to the window with some money.
Gabriel Morency joining us here on the program. All right, I had Stefano monitor the Gabriel Morency Twitter feed, and you were on the same page as I when it comes to Fox and Erin Andrews and Pam Oliver. It's late night. I know you're a little riled up about it, but anyway, give us your take on what Fox did.
Well, it's a slow time of the year when people get riled up about Pam Oliver and Erin Andrews, but. Erin Andrews has just always sort of bothered me. And I'm not going to say she's not good at what she does. She was very good with the NCAA stuff. College kids think she's hot. You put her on the college football sidelines, college basketball. It worked. And, but she had visions of being a big star, basically. Good Morning America type of stuff. And so did ABC and ESPN. They put her on Dancing with the Stars. She had the little scandal when somebody filmed her, and, she's just not that good. That's the problem, and I'm not surprised. It's just, the fact that Pam Oliver does a good job. She actually is somewhat of a journalist as opposed to Erin Andrews, who's just a twit. Twit in high heels, basically. Pam Oliver, actually, you can tell, likes what she does. Erin Andrews just complains the whole time. She ruined the playoffs last year. It was too cold. It was too cold in Green Bay, and every time they went to the sideline, hey, guys, it's cold down here. Yeah, we know it's cold, Erin. You're in Green Bay in freaking January. Wake up. You're not in Florida anymore. Like, she's just, she's only doing sports. What bothers me about Andrews, she's only really doing sports because she has to. She's not good enough to be doing, the Kelly Ripa deal because she's a miserable person. Like, you can tell she's not a nice person. She can't fake it. Like Michelle Beadle is good because you can tell she enjoys what she does. Like Erin Andrews doesn't like it, but hey, good for her. She's making millions of dollars to do it. Nobody really cares about the sideline reporters anyway. It's not like they ever give us anything. But Pam Oliver has a good relationship with the players, and Erin Andrews just annoys me. She's always annoyed me. You know, like I said, she was good at ESPN when she was doing college football, but you know, this is actually a plus, though, because I really don't give a crap who the sideline reporter is for any NFL football game, let alone Pam Oliver, Erin Andrews, Armin Catane, or anybody else in between. You know, I really don't care. But it gets her, if it gets her out of that, if it gets her off the Fox studio show with college football, because, you know, it was painful to watch.
Mo was just talking about that. Mo, you were saying that she was not well received there.
Yeah, as I'm sure Gabriel will point out, the TV numbers for the college football on Fox was not that strong at all compared to ESPN's College Game Day or their primetime games that they had the last couple of years.
Well, you know, ESPN is going to crush everyone in the ratings. That's a given. So, you know, you can't judge it, because you can do a critically acclaimed show. You can do a good show and have bad ratings. But, you know, it was just, you know, a similar situation in which it was just awkward. Like, she's just awkward. But the sideline, she's decent at it. Whatever. I mean, it's not rocket science, but, you know, she's decent at it. But, you know, you're paying her $4 or $5 million a year to basically be a sideline reporter. You know, so, you know, she's just so miserable, too. Like, you know, there's a 911 call. There's a 911 call that she made about, you know, the media being outside of her house, and the operator didn't know who she was, like Floyd Mayweather or Ronda Rousey. So, you know, the operator didn't know who she was. So Erin Andrews was like, hello, I'm the one from TV that was filmed in her hotel room, and I'm on ESPN. And the lady's like, I don't know you. You know, what's your name? What's your address? She's like, you know, I'm kind of a celebrity. It's like, you know, settle down here. You're not a celebrity. Like, what drives me crazy about it is everyone, oh, she's so hot. Erin Andrews isn't hot. Erin Andrews is sports hot. Yep. Trust me. You know, I've been in press boxes long enough, man. You put anything in a skirt, man. You walk them down a press box and she's hot, right? So there's like sports hot and real hot. And, you know, there's a little bit of a balance here. And I'm not criticizing and saying you got to be hot to be a reporter. Because, you know, that's not the case. I love Doris Burke. Doris Burke is one of the best, you know, I think Doris Burke, analyst, is great. She asks great courts night questions. I'm not into the beauty stuff, but Erin Andrews thinks she's a beauty queen. Like, she's just like, you know, it's like the prom queen, man. It's like, just shut up, Erin. Like, I'm not a fan of Erin Andrews.
Now we got to give you a congratulations for your Germany pick.
The Germans get it done. And, yeah, we appreciate that. You know, we were thinking outside the box. Everybody jumped on a Brazilian and the Argentinian bandwagon because a European side had never won on South American soil before. But this German team is tough, and they're going to be tough to deal with once again. I hate that all the time whenever a team wins and people talk, well, it was a dynasty and, you know, greatest team ever and all that type of stuff. But the fact of the matter is, this German team is just so damn deep. And, you know, they're so good. They have so many good players. They have so many good young players that, similar to what we saw with Spain, I really wouldn't be surprised if Germany rattled off a Euro championship as well next time out.
Gabriel, when we look at the Major League Baseball trade deadline, do you think the Toronto Blue Jays will be buyers or sellers as we approach July 31st?
I think they'll be, I don't know, what's the word, buyers, sellers, or what's the word in between? I don't think they're going to do anything.
Pat.
Yeah, stand pat, I guess, or apathy. I think they'll be apathetic, but that's not the best word for it either. But whatever. I don't think, you know, the Jays are kidding themselves. They're going to fall apart. I just saw a stat the other day about the Jays. They you know, the last five. This is the 5 best records that they've had since like 1993 when they won. Is, you know, they've always regressed after. And, you know, I just don't have any faith in Gibbons to get it done or this team to get it done. They're mentally not very strong. I talked about it with Brett Lawrie. Lawrie will eventually be back, but now Edwin's hurt. Edwin and Carcion, he's their best player. You know, Batista gets all the publicity, but Edwin's more consistent. You know, the guy goes out there and busts his balls every night when he's out there. Lind is banged up. The pitching's been good for the Blue Jays. You know, I'm not a big Gibbons guy. I think, you know, Gibbons should be like a third base coach or something. He shouldn't be a manager. But he's done a decent job this year. But I think the Jays have sort of hit a wall. We'll see what happens with the All-Star break. I mean, they're kind of streaky. If they could rattle off, like, you know, 8, 9 in a row again. But I just don't see it happening. You know, the pitching can't the pitching is going to regress. They're not hitting the baseball. Injuries are catching up. They're kind of a mentally weak team. The numbers, the metrics, so to speak, don't look good for the Jays, in my opinion, in the second half. I think Baltimore is going to win this division.
He is Gabriel Morency, SportsRageTV.com, Sports Rage on Twitter, and, of course, FantasySportsNetwork.com as well. Thanks so much. Really appreciate it. It was a lot of fun.
Hey, always a pleasure, guys.
All right, there you go. It's 12:45 here on TSN 690. One more segment to come here on Game Points. We'll talk a little Montreal Alouettes, as that was a bitter pill to swallow last week. See what Mo Khan has to say about this coming week.